We are about 15 miles south of downtown Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. And we are underway in Buffalo. Here comes the All-Pro returner from last year, Rashid Shaheed. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Allen going to go to the air right away. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. Inside the 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Raheem Mostert hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Extra point by Ryland up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. On first down, they'll start out with Hubbard. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's second down. You look at this Buffalo defense, and they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. And now what's this? They fake the spike. He'll throw it. And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. Back deep, Rashid Shaheed. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. On play action, Allen. There's Chris Olave. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. Chris Olave. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Chris Olave. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Rolling to his right. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 37 yards. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. They'll look to throw now on first down. Now wasted time going right back to DK Metcalf. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. On the handoff, running left is Hubbard.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a first and goal. Now back to throw.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all three phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick six.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
When you look at this defense,
they come into this one way down at number 23 against the run of the NFL.
This is an area of the game that they definitely have to improve because right now, against the pass, top 10 in the league. But against the run, that's where the struggles have come in. You've got to find a way to make sure they stop runners before they get started.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. He'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Back to throw now on first down.
Throw right side, taken in by Gibson.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Back to throw again.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Bills are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 21-0 our score after one.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He's going to rifle one deep left side.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamal Adams.
And the Dolphins are going to have it here just past the 25.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Bills winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here in Buffalo.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen.
Open man left side. Shaheed has it.
He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now Allen.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Gets this complete to Shaheed.
Touchdown, Bills. A great play there. 30 yards.
And the Bills are able to add on to their first half lead. But it's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime. And, CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away. But this one might be over by halftime.
And since you've already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And it is 28-0.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Bills are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Mostert running left. 83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
To the air, Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Allen going to change it up. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
To throw, it's Allen. Flushed out right. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands. And
he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Byron Young.
Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And now here is another interception. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Finding Knox there, complete. And they'll get him down short of the first down, right on the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon.
And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot. Pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
A give up the middle, Hubbard, and he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game, and look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter, but you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Kayvon Thibodeaux, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Bills are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 128 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, Mostert.
Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here comes Mostert.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try it now with Mostert. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. No dice for Sean McDermott in the offense. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves. But we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 37-yard line. They'll set up a throw.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw, eluding the pressure right. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Jones goes diving, and he's got it. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
They'll run here with Hubbard.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. Back to throw.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal.
They'll drop to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year and 3rd overall. And the Dolphins are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
There he goes left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
178 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. On first down, Allen.
That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
It's a bit of a dangerous part of the field for them to break into their bag of tricks, but for a minute there, I thought it was going to set up perfectly for them. Instead, they don't get into the end zone, but they do pick up positive yardage.
Mostert is in. Touchdown, Bills. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 1. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Back to throw here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. 26 As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flush to his right. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with a football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
Byron Murphy there on the tackle.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
2nd and 9.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.